Yo, what's going on in the hood? How's everybody doing? My friends, my people, what is up? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. How's everybody doing? Where are y'all coming in from? Yo, dude, I'm tethering this hangout from my phone, so you may see me coming in a little bit fuzzy, but what can you do? What can you do? Hold on one second here. I know, dude, I'm in Mexico right now with the boys. And so what can you do? You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, so we have like this sick villa. We're on the beach over here, and the Wi-Fi is, I'm not even joking you, it's like less than 1 megabyte per second. So I've been just using my phone to tether. So we'll see how that works. So if it cuts in and out, guys, be gentle with me. I'm a good person, I swear. But dude, let's talk a little bit about the market. Holy shit, pun intended. But gosh darn, man. So, you know, we've had an incredible run in Ethereum, and obviously Bitcoin and Litecoin have been weak for the last, month or two. But, dude, Ethereum and so many of these other kind of altcoins have just gone nuts. And, dude, we got like that kind of like that market crash kind of feeling the last few days. And it started because, you know, obviously the market was up a lot. Then we had the rumors of South Korea shutting down some exchanges. Then we had this BitConnect fiasco. And what typically happens, guys, in cryptos, and I keep harping on the guys in my chat room about this all the time. Once every couple months, the crypto market will just drop 30, 40, 50%, a lot of them. It's just the nature of the beast. Think about where Ethereum was 60 days ago. 300 bucks, 200 bucks, I don't even remember, right? Now it's at it was at 1,400. So it's just natural for it to retrace. The thing that scares a lot of people is, of course, that the news is always weird in cryptos because it happens a lot in Asia. And then the other part is the volatility. See, in the stock market, when things pull back, what do? They kind of grind back a little bit. But in cryptos, things fucking crash, right? And it smokes people out, and it happens a lot while they're sleeping. And so before you know it, you're just in this whole thing. But let's take a look at the different cryptocurrencies. Let's formulate a game plan for what's coming next. I know I was supposed to talk about trading cryptocurrencies versus blockchain stocks, but let's just toss that out the window as, who are we, right? Rules are for suckers. And we're going to go in and figure out what is coming next. I entered a bunch of positions this morning. We were mostly cash up until this morning. And dude, we went balls deep today. And that's the way it just got to go. It shouldn't buffer too much, but yeah, I mean, the net's going to be a little bit slow. And I do apologize about that. Isa Mexico, what can you do, right? So let's take a look. I'm going to show you my screens, and then we're gonna party and get this thing going. Screen one. Tell me when you guys can see my screen. All right. Oh, man. Okay. So let's take a look at all these one by one, and then we'll get this party started. Holy crap, there's a lot going on. Yeah, you can buy cryptos during these pullbacks. They're just, it's scary. It can be scary. So let's think about a first one. So we're in this BNB right now. And I really like this one. Oh, I liked it this morning. I wouldn't buy it up here. You know, you had this beautiful trend. And what I like, when I look at cryptocurrencies, one of the things that I do when I look at a cryptocurrencies, I like to see how they move. Does it move smooth? Does it pull back to where it wants? And then does it have range, right? And so this one kind of gives us all of that at once. And I think that becomes just huge. And so this one was something that I hit right off in the bend. So we use a very simple pattern on this, guys. It's called a 1, 2, 3 pattern. Anybody know what a 1, 2, 3 pattern is? Come on, give me the juice. What's a 1, 2, 3 pattern? Good, good, good. So a 1, 2, 3 pattern is essentially a pattern where it's used to buy dips, all right? So it's used to buy dips. And so what I mean by 1, 2, 3 pattern is that when you get a big sharp pullback like this, what you essentially want to do is you want to take and find a low on something, right? So you want to find a low, and then from there, what you want to do is figure out a way to enter. So like I know based on the daily chart that this is the bounce spot. Somewhere between 8 and 10 was what I was thinking for the bounce spot, due to the fact that, you know, you had your multiple levels of support there. Does that make sense so far? Good. The second part about the 1, 2, 3 pattern is, so once you've made a low and you think you're in the area where you're going to bottom out, what we're essentially looking for is some type of spike, right? So I don't know why this thing's up here, but we'll get rid of that. So what we're looking for is some type of spike. So see how this goes from 9 to 12? So it's a big, big spike. Now, I can't just chase this up right here into the big spike. But what I will do is wait for a higher low and then a shred, meaning like the big pullback is a 1. Then when you pop, that's your 2. When you pull back and you make a higher low, that's your 3. So we call this a 1, 2, 3 pattern. So this is one of my favorite patterns for, you know, catching bottoms. And so once this thing pulls back here, when you break out over this trend line, you're ready to go. So, you know, we alerted this. Let me make sure I got the right spot, but I believe I got in this bad boy right at 11:20. So 11:21, stop at 10:75, right? In our chat room. And so I nailed pretty much the bottom of that pullback. So now as this thing comes back down here, right, and breaks over the trend line, I want to add this thing with the stop right under here, right? So add stop right under here. So I use 1070 as my stop, as I like to give things a little bit of room. But then from there, you're just shred nation, guys. From there, it's just shred nation. So from there, it's just a matter of managing the position. So there's a couple things to do. Well, number one is that we're not animals, right? So, you know, when we get into, I like to sell some off into the first spike just to mitigate my risk, right? Mitigate my risk. In cryptocurrencies, I usually sell in 1/3. And the reason I sell in 1/3 is that when cryptocurrencies, you can come crashing right back down. But when you start to trend, you can really trend. So I like to sell in 1/3. So I sold up a 1/3 over here. And then the next big spike, I sell off another 1/3. Now, I could just ride the 9 EMA the whole way. You know, you can definitely do that. But this is the thing. Yesterday, you know, in the past, we've had potential 1, 2, 3 patterns, right? So like I tried the pattern yesterday and it wasn't as clean, but it did. Sometimes they just pop. Like I was up $2 on this yesterday, or not $2, but $1.25. And then it came back down, right? And so that's why I'm always selling off, even if it's a little bit early, right? In cryptos, in any type of trading, you want to keep selling off because the patterns will work, say, half the time, right? Or 60% of the time. So what we want to be doing is taking off, you know, taking off some along the way. Now, the one telltale sign on this one was look at the volume that came in on this, right? Compared to its previous time when I tried it, right? It's just pure green goodness over here. And so that was essentially a little bit, that was pretty good. Now, Aetherium, we nailed almost the bottom of this too. So Aetherium was two things. So we had our flag breakout over here. So I was looking at the 750 area, and then I have my 50 SMA over here, right? And so these are two different support areas, guys. You always want to be trading around support and resistance, okay? Cryptocurrencies, even more than stocks, really react well to support and resistance and key levels. You know, they turned those algos on and it's just off to the races. So, you know, as this thing was coming down, I knew that this kind of 800 was the zone. So when this thing broke down, see how like you broke down here? So it looks like a bear flag here. Does anybody see that? So like if you go, let me move this to a 5-minute real quick. So like it'll look almost like a bear flag. So this is what we call a fake breakdown play. I love this type of play. It's called, we call it a shake and bake. It's Ethereum did bounce. It's not, do we think it did? So this is called a shake and bake. So you see right here how you break down right there under the 770. So everybody thinks it's going to flush, right? But can you short it there or bet on it to go down? No, because it's already come from 1400 and it's sitting on support on its daily chart. So when it's sitting on support on its daily chart, you got to only be thinking long only at that point. So when it does this shake and bake, I love this type of pattern. The shake and bake is one of my favorites. So it breaks down and it shakes down where everybody's selling, right? And then when you break back up into the range, it's game on. That usually tells you it's the bottom. So I let this thing pop up a little bit, and then I hit this first pullback. And now that this thing works, it's almost like an inverse head and shoulders. But I think shake and bake just sounds a lot cooler, don't it? And so rip down, pop up, I'll hit the first pullback. So we got it right around 815. I got that in, I added 815, give or take, in GDAX. And then in Bittrex, I got like a little bit less than that. And I'm still holding a partial position in it. Not many, though. I started taking a lot off because you want to start kind of selling into these spikes. I've seen this type of run before. So, you know, as this thing kind of spiked into the 870s, I sold off a piece. It ran into the VWAP. I sold off another piece. And then it was just a matter of, right, coming in and, oh, boy, you know, it flagged out a little bit, and now it's really been off to the races. I still got a few left in this bad boy, but I think the easy money is over. See, now what will happen is everybody will want to get in, but the easy money is over, right? It was at 760 and it's at 1,080. Where's the ups? You know, where's your upside? Where's your upside? And Deborah, you saw me take that trade live in class. You know what we do. You know what we do. Let me get my Google Authenticator out. Hold on one second here. I got a couple other random ones that I'm holding that I'm really liking. All right, cool. So now where does this go next? Well, I think you're probably going to run into a little resistance in this kind of 1200 zone. And so that's where you've got to be really mindful. Yeah, you can learn these patterns in our stock course or a crypto course. The patterns are the same for the most part. But boy, this thing is really ready to go. Yes, you guys are going to be great at this. You know, it's just a matter of waiting for the right moment. So this is the thing with trading, guys. You know, yesterday this thing was crashing, right? And you've got to really wait for the right opportunities, because if you don't wait and you get in too early, what you'll do is you'll get stuck in this. And that's when, that's when things get a little dicey. Look, even if you had 10 shares and you get stuck in this, you're going to lose $3,000. And that's just frankly a lot of money. So you've got to really wait for the pattern to emerge before you get into this thing. Otherwise, it's going to be dead. So like I got like 7 shares of this thing left, but you know, I added 30 or 40 in GDAX, and then, you know, I added, so I got 771.18 this morning. So, I mean, I nailed almost the dead bottom of this thing. And you don't have to go too many shares. You know, I had 18 shares. Well, guess what? If it bounces 300 points, you're going to be making some money, right? And so that's just kind of the way these things go. So I keep an eye on this. I'm probably going to sell out of a good chunk of mine up and towards this area. And I may even take off a few more here into this area, because it's getting a little bit long in the tooth. What's the term they say, guys? A little bit long in the tooth, short in the cock. Oh yeah, it's when these things crash, it's really good. So now this is the thing that we've got to be just kind of wary of is, okay, so the market started to bounce. what's next, right? What's next? Because we can't really chase this thing up, you know, and so I think where we have to go is we've got to find the plays that haven't moved yet, all right? That haven't moved yet. So, you know, this, like, I don't want you guys to chase this, right? Like this one was $9. I mean, you can't chase it up 50%. That's the move. You know, when you're looking for a move, that's the move, right? And so now one that I'm watching that I really liked, I think it just needs to pull a little bit, is this ADA. This one was huge. You know, it went from 42 cents to $1, and it came all the way back down to its lows. And it's starting its bounce, but you got a nice, easy risk here. So I'm hoping for this one to pull back close to the VWAP or flag out here. And if that can happen, I don't know, Larry. I say it, I guess. So I really do like this one a lot. This would be a longer trade, you know, kind of back into the 140 range. ADA moves really, really well. We just can't really, I mean, we can't buy it up here, obviously, right? We've got to let this thing come back a little bit. And it will. I think so. I added a little bit of this Neo this morning. I should have done this first thing in the morning so you guys could have just shredded along. So we added this in the chat room at, let's see here. We added Neo 96.90, stop at 89. So I nailed nearly the bottom. I nailed nearly the bottom of this bad boy. 96.90 would have been right here. Notice this is the same play, shake and bake. See how you break down here? And it looks like a bear flag, and then it pops right back through the range. That's a shake and bake. And so that's where, you know, you want to really add this stuff. So everything looks like it's getting a little bit extended. So what we want to do is find these ones that haven't gone yet. So I think this ADA could be a potential play. You know, I've been watching this IOTA for a little bit, but I just don't see any clean pattern on this just yet, because you could see like its moving averages are still really far away. So we don't have necessarily a play on this. You know, Litecoin, I think, has just been dead for a long time. And I think it's just this one we've got to leave alone for a time being, because frankly, it's not acting right, is it? You know, it's not acting right. It's been a huge turd, and it's a turdzilla. You know, it's a turd nugget, turdzilla, whatever you want to call them. So I think those are the ones that are going to be a little bit dicey, but I think you got EOS. I love EOS here. Not at this exact price, but this is the same kind of pattern. Like you can see, like it ran from 10 to 19. Now you pulled back to your moving averages, and you're starting a little bounce here. And so I'd watch this first pullback, right? I watch this first pullback, see where it starts to shape up, if it can hold its VWAP. And if it can, you may see a secondary run in this. This one trades pretty well too. It's got good volume, and it's got definitely a good range. This platform is TradingView. TradingView is, you know, the TradingView is just a charting platform. You can make trades on it, I think, or connect to your accounts, but I don't know about you guys, but fuck, man, I'm nervous as hell to connect my crypto accounts to goddamn TradingView. You know, who knows who these people are? They're probably Russian spies, right? So the Ripple, this is the one that everybody asks for. Ripple's always a huge, gigantic turd, but you can see going from 340, it's hanging at its 50 SMA. And if it can stay here, I think that this one is going to be, a little bit of bounce life too. Lou Zybel, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? So, man, this was one of my best trading days I've ever had, nailing the bottoms of these bad boys. So we'll see what's going down on these things. Guys, there's still a lot of opportunity in the market. The key is just going to be to the key is going to be, you know, waiting for those setups. So how we want to know if we have confirmation, that the move is real, is the first dip. These things are going to start dipping. That first pullback that we get today, it's going to happen tonight. You'll start to see these things pulling back. If they hold at support, then the down thrust is over, and we'll be back off, you know, getting close to highs or whatever it might be. If this bounce today get sold off and you don't start holding supports, then, you know, it's back down to the downside we go. The one thing that we've got to be just mindful of in terms of risk management is that the news cycle is not very positive right now, right? In terms of, you know, you're getting this Korea stuff, man. Why the Koreans always going to be ruining our fun, right? Always ruining our fun. So you got the Korean news about them shutting down exchanges, whether it's real or not, who cares? And then, you know, I don't pick the beer. We got these chefs here. They bring it over and we go and drink what they give us. So we'll see exactly how these things play off. I do got to get going. Let's open this thing up to some questions, and we'll look at some charts. And I know a bunch of people have asked about a few different tickers, so let's get into that. And guys, if you don't know, my buddy Rob Millar is in there. He's the master of recorded webinars, so go check him out. He's the man. And if you ever want to see like an amazing recorded webinar, that's your guy. Boom, 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 boom. Jamie, what's going on? Substratum, will you give me the ticker? Love you, Bob. You should be here right now. I'm just teasing. Actually, I got two of my students over here right now. Hey, Simon, come over here. So I got one of my students, Simon. He's over here from Sweden, and he's coming in here to trade. This guy, we don't even know if he's really Swedish. I think he's a suspected German infiltrator.
What's up, guys?
Simon, why don't you tell us a little bit about your trading?
Trading parts. What do you want to know, guys?
You see this guy?
Everything.
Simon's been with me. He's been with my students for a little bit of time. So he comes in anytime I'm traveling. He comes and finds me because he's fucking cheap, man. He wants always that free place to stay.
I'm like the little stalker. I'm stalking all.
Yeah, we've got always promos. You guys can email me, and you know, I'll make sure to get a hold of you guys. Let's look at some tickers, guys. Give me the tickers you guys want to look at. Let's take a look and see if we can find some plays for tomorrow. TRX. All right, cool. Let's get into it, baby. Hold on here. I'll put my email. There we go. All right. You guys see this? All right. So let's take a look at Tron. That's your TRX. I like this one. Somebody in my crypto class was asking me about this morning. And so this is a classic bounce play. So you had this run from 0.2 to 21. So this is about 1,000% move. Now we've kind of pulled right back to the old breakout spot. So this is a classic breakout pullback. And hot damn. So now you're starting to bounce. If you can close above your 9 EMA, I think this one will be pretty good. Good. Michael. So Michael's asking like where he should trade stocks. I'm noticing that a lot of my students use interactive brokers. They seem to have the cheapest shares and all that fun stuff. And so I think that they're probably a pretty good one, you know, to use for stocks. And they have good executions and all that fun stuff also. Now, let's see. Let me get back to. Hold on. What was the other one you guys wanted? Storm, huh? Let me see. What's the ticker for Storm? Might be if I know Storm. BCN. Itecoin, huh? Oh man, so this is a penny slapper. Okay. So you got to break out, pull back to support. Kind of looks like Ripple a little bit. It should bounce here. I'd use these kind of lows as your stop loss. You know, that's going to be definitely the way to go. ACT, let me look, brother. What's going on, Russell? I don't find any. I don't got no ACT coin. You know what the ticker is, brother? Hey, Danny, what's going on, baby? What's going on in California? Ooh, this red coin looks bouncy too. So use this one from 20 cents to 3. Now you're back to kind of that 0.1. You could get a little bit of a bounce here into this range. It's not the cleanest, but you could get a good 20-30% bounce from there. WTC. Let me look, Jason. How you doing, brother? Nice. Good to see all you guys. It's been a couple weeks. Rahman, your wife won't divorce you. You're Indian, man. It's a kind of against our laws. So this one, I like this one. This one is clean. Rahman, you always got to manage your risk, by the way, right? So, put a stop loss in, figure out what your max pain is. That's going to help you quite a bit. Always kind of come up with the max pain of, what you're willing to kind of take before you say, fuck this. Any trade you ever do, don't ever try to go in. For me, 10% is kind of my max pain. Anything more than 10%, and I'm really annoyed. Yeah, I've got a couple alts that I've been following that I've been waiting for kind of better entries. This Lisk has been a super hot one this year. I was originally playing this thing back at kind of this $4 range. It ran to 42, and then it's pulled back to kind of 14. It's hanging out. I was hoping for a deeper pullback, but I do like the way this one moves. It's just a good mover. This Stratus has also been always like a nice, nice mover. This thing was 24, and it's kind of pulled back. It got cut in half also. But it's a little bit more grindy. You can't day trade this one. You've got to definitely swing trade it. I got a few others, man, that I really like trading. This IOP, this one has got huge momentum. This thing was 20, 30 cents, ran to 14. It's kind of pulling back a little bit here. I'm hoping for deeper pullback on this one. Joey, you know what the ticker for sub is? Is it just sub? I got you. I'm sorry, buddy. I love ICX. ICX and BQX are like two of my faves. I'll go over those tickers in a hot second. Hey, this one looks decent here. You don't have an exact pattern on it, but it looks decent. I see what you're trying to do, but I don't have an edge on it just yet. Yeah, BTG is a huge hoe. BQX is one of my faves. I love this thing. It looks ready to go now. You can see this thing over here. So this thing went from 0.0015 to 0.9. So that's like a 700, 800% move. Came all the way back down, basically got cut in, to 1/3, and now you've held and you're starting to make your run back. I like that one a lot. That one looks pretty good. That one and ICX are two of my faves. Both of those. This one is really clean too. You can see it's got tons of momentum, but now, like you can see, it's like still pretty close to its highs, but you're starting to hold at the previous level of breakout. And dude, it's looking pretty good here too. So ICX and BQ are kind of out of my smaller altcoins. Both of these I play on Binance. Is pretty good. Do penny stocks pay more than currencies and indexes? Not really, Mafundo. Guys, the things that make you, by the way, so, cryptocurrencies, supposedly the rage or whatever, cryptos don't make you more money than stocks. And stocks don't make you more money than penny stocks. And futures don't make you more money than any of those. money is made through expertise, right? Of actually being good at what you're trying to do. So if you're good at stocks, then that's where you should trade, right? And if you like cryptos and you're good at it, then that's where you're going to trade. But not necessarily one makes more money than others. You know, if you're a good trader, then it's going to be, you know, it's going to be, you're a good trader. You know, it really comes down to like how much work you're going to put in and then how you internalize the knowledge that you're receiving or getting or seeking. That's going to be the hugest deal is, you know, say you read something or you watch something, you take a class, you watch videos. Can you actually internalize it and make it your own? And different people gravitate towards different things. Some people really gravitate towards penny stocks, so they trade them. Some people really gravitate towards cryptocurrencies. I've got a few of my students that just suck balls at trading stocks. I mean, they're awful. And they make good money trading cryptos because it's slower. See, cryptos has more range and it's more volatile, but it's slower because it takes 24 hours really to get your move going, right? Where in the stock market at the open, those first 30 seconds, first 30 minutes is really where like there's so much action, it can cause some losses. Are my parents sad that I'm not a doctor? Yeah. Yeah. I think all Indian people want their kids to be doctors. That's the dream. That's the way it goes. What else? What else? BTG? Well, let's take a look at the chart for BTG. It's kind of a hoe, though. So this one, this chart is kind of broken, right? It didn't hold its support. And so I'm 50-50 on this one compared to some of the other ones. I'd leave BTG alone for now. It's had a big kind of pullback, but there's just no level to really manage its risk. I think there's just going to be cleaner plays out there for us. TNB. Not about the money, Mafundo. It's about shaming all your friends on Facebook. I see what you're trying to do on this one. I'm unsure on this one, to be honest. Hey, D, so there was some news out in the Koreas, like that there were some exchanges getting shut down and stuff like that. And so that started kind of a little bit of a sell-off. I don't know how to really manage this one or watch it. For me, it's, you know, I trade patterns, right? And so like I need a pattern to get in. I need something that gives me an edge. So when you think about trading and you're looking at a chart, you have to think about what's your edge, right? Like what would give me an advantage in this coin versus some other ones? What would give me an advantage versus other traders? Because those are the people you're competing against. And that's where, you know, you've got to go. And so I don't have a strategy for this kind of pullback here. I mean, it's low, but, you know, as you know, low can get lower. Low can be a hoe. The Rippler is coming for me. It's the Rippler. Good, good, good. Anybody else got any questions? Guys, if I missed it, I apologize, by the way. They come in fast. Josh, is your net working?
Yeah.
What? Are you using the jetpack?
No.
Oh, you're on the actual Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's working for once.
What? Hey, Chris, I'm just being, what's the word? I'll just be sarcastic. ADX is something I'm hunting for an entry on. I've been watching this thing forever. Yeah, it started. It definitely is. Guys, I tend to trade. So people have asked me what time frames I trade on. On the charts that you see, the left side is your daily chart, and then the right side is your 15-minute. Oh, my chart's not even up. I'm over here in Mexico, Tulum. It's pretty cool. A lot of hipsters over here, though. A lot of people that don't shower. So yeah, on the left side is here is the daily, and then on the right side I do intraday, but I use 15-minute charts. You could use Forrest a Polynex to short. Mr. Cryptos, are they coming for you? Yeah, so we'll have to wait for a pattern. Let me see this BQF. You know, it looks pretty good. I just got to wait for a pattern. You can see it's starting to get one over here. So if you go to kind of an hourly chart, you'll see a level here that it's been kind of busting loose. So it could be ready right now. I'd like it for it to chill for a little bit longer, let the 9 EMA catch up. But then, you know, I may take a gander at it. But I'm also supposed to go to a party today. So I may forsake taking any extra trades to go and try to attempt to talk to some women. Keyword attempt. Yeah, EOS looks pretty good. And this thing looks like it's about to go, huh? Stocks, I do daily chart in 5 minutes. I always go daily chart. And then cryptos, I go 15-minute. Yeah, NXT's not really acting much better. Let's see this thing. Yeah, see, this thing's just been kind of in a dumper. For now, we just don't have any edge. Thanks, Ben. I'll try to come up with some. I mean, you've been with me for 5 years, Josh. How do you not know these sayings yet? There you go. There you go. You're right. Good, 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 good. All right, people, I got to get going, man. We've got a little appointment in 20 minutes. My friends, dude, and by the way, if I missed your question, just email me. I love chatting with people. It just happens to be, you know, we're on a little brocation over here. But I'm always kind of on brocation. So you guys email me if you got any questions. Dude, what a hot day, man. I nailed nearly the bottoms on those damn ETH and NEO and BNB. I'm still writing up kind of small positions in the rest. Yeah, I dislike Polynex, but it doesn't mean you can't use them. The final loan BTC, you'll have to see. I mean, I think that Ethereum is just cleaner than BTC right now and has better momentum. So that's been my thing. Yeah, Lucians, man, we like to do a little day boozing. Like to creep around in the daytime. All right, people. Boot camp students, Mary Beth is teaching class tonight. So 8 p.m. Mary Beth will be teaching class. So just go. The links will be in the boot camp module page. She'll be in class at 8, and then Paul will be on tomorrow. All right? Peace. You can't short on GDAX, guys. No. You used to be able to. They used to give you margin, and then poof, they took it away. All right. Anybody else got any questions? Going once. Going twice. So, adios, muchachos. Peace. I love you guys. It's always an honor to see everybody. I'll be on next week. And if you guys have specific things that you guys want me to talk about, you want me to go over, you let me know. And Ooh, that was a little nasty one, right? You let me know and I'll prepare something and we'll go and do it. You know, if you want a little bit more structure to, you know, structure to the class or to the YouTube lives, dude, I can talk about whatever, right? So let me know if you have something specific or just an awesome idea, or if you want even a guest to come on, right? You know, we can do these hangouts and have guests come on, and we can do all sorts of stuff. Cool. All right, guys, I got to go. Later.